Today, we're digging into a company called TalliFace, and their mission is to completely change how organizations understand the people they serve. We're talking about moving way beyond simple headcounts and into the world of real, actionable human insight. All right, let's get right into it.
So let me just start with a question for you. Think about any group you're a part of, a church, a local store, a community event. How well do you really know who's showing up? I mean, are you just counting heads, or do you actually understand the people behind those numbers? This is the fundamental question that TalliFace is built to answer.
To really get why this matters, let me paint a picture for you. Imagine a deacon at a church. He spends the entire service, clipboard in hand, just trying to get an accurate count of the congregation. He's so focused on that tally, he completely misses the sermon he's there to hear. Now sure, he gets a number at the end, but he loses the connection, the experience, and any real, deep understanding of his community. That story just perfectly captures the trade-off so many organizations are forced to make. And hey, this isn't just a problem for churches. This old-school manual approach is, well, it's pretty much universally flawed. First off, it's incredibly inefficient. It pulls your best people away from doing what they actually do best. Second, we're all human, right? It's always going to be prone to error, which means the data you get is often shaky at best. And finally, and this might be the biggest problem of all, it's a total data black hole. You get a number, but you have no clue about demographics, how long people actually stayed, or how engaged they really were.
So how do we fix this? Well, TalliFace proposes a really fundamental shift in how we look at this. It's about moving from a flashlight to a lighthouse.
I really love this metaphor they use. Think about it. Manual tracking is like using a flashlight in the dark. You can only see that one little patch of ground right in front of your feet. TalliFace, on the other hand, is a lighthouse. It just illuminates the entire landscape, giving you a clear, complete, and comprehensive view of your whole community, all at once.
And how do they pull this off? With a really clever dual technology system. First, you've got smart cameras at the entrances using facial recognition to automatically and discreetly count people as they walk in. But then, and this is the really smart part, they add a second layer to make sure no one gets missed: geolocation redundancy. A mobile app uses geofencing to verify who's there, creating this fail-safe system that pushes their tracking accuracy up to near perfect.
So what do you actually get from all this tech?
Well, that's the crucial part. It's not just a number. It's a whole dashboard packed with deep, actionable insights. You can instantly see the demographic makeup of your audience, gender, ethnicity, age groups. You can track their behavior, like how long they're staying, which is a great way to measure engagement. You could even use all that historical data to predict future attendance and automatically pinpoint who your most loyal members are so you can reward them. This is what we mean by intelligence, not just data.
Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. Whenever you hear facial recognition, a couple of big red flags immediately pop up, right? What about privacy? What about bias? Is this stuff actually accurate for everyone? TalliFace knows this, and they've built the answers directly into their product.
Here's something a lot of people just don't realize about AI. This quote from a research study points out that many of the huge image databases used to train these models are, well, they're not very diverse. They're often around 80% lighter-skinned faces. Now, from a purely technical point of view, that means an AI trained on that data is just going to be less accurate for everyone else. It's a data problem that creates a very real performance problem.
So this is where TalliFace makes a really, really smart move. Instead of using one of those standard flawed datasets, they intentionally build their system on a balanced one. You can see it on this chart. It's designed from the ground up for equitable representation across different groups. This isn't just some small tweak, it's a huge competitive advantage. It means their system is built to be more accurate for everyone, right from the start. That gives organizations data they can actually trust.
So their whole approach to building trust really comes down to these three pillars. First, as we just saw, is mitigating bias by using better data. Second is a privacy-first design, so you, the user, are always in control of your own information. And third is just rock-solid security. That means all the big data regulations like GDPR and CCPA. They're making trust and reliability core features of the product itself.
Impressive tech is one thing, but having a clear plan to actually bring it to the market is a whole other ballgame. So let's take a look at their strategic roadmap and see how they plan to turn this vision into a reality.
You can see their plan is really pragmatic and phased. They're not trying to boil the ocean here. They're starting this year with a core product focused just on geolocation. Then they move into a targeted phase in Columbus, Ohio, to really refine the product with real users. By early 2027, they'll integrate the cameras and start scaling to more states with a full national rollout plan for 2018. It's a very measured, very intelligent way to grow.
And they're making it accessible for everyone. The pricing is tiered to fit organizations of any size. There's a free basic plan for smaller groups just to get started, a standard plan for those growing communities, and then a premium plan for large organizations that unlocks all the most powerful predictive features.
So, we end right where we began. Are you ready to stop just counting people and actually start understanding them? TalliFace is framing the choice here as one between the old, inefficient way of doing things and a future of meaningful, actionable insight. And for anyone ready to make that leap, they have a pretty compelling offer for early adopters. The final question they leave us with isn't if organizations will adopt this level of intelligence, but when.